Hello everyone, and welcome to the Stormwater Construction General Permit System how-to video. In this video we're going to go over how to do a final check of the registration statement and the data that's entered into the system, and then how to submit the record to DEQ for final approval. So at this point we already have a registration statement entered in as a permit record. We've entered everything we need to, the offsite support activity, the hydrologic unit code. It's already been assigned a permit number, which is VAR 10J021, so I'm just going to pull that up really quick. Okay, so here is the permit record that we've entered. Note that it still says it's in application classification as well as registration statement in progress as the permit status. So we're going to click on that and open it up. And then we're just going to check that everything that we want to be entered is how it appears on the registration statement here. So just do a final comb through, make sure everything looks correct. And then again, if you have any kind of tracking numbers for the plan review, or if you use the system as well to track the land disturbance permit, make sure that those are either in the authority unique ID field or the alternate unique ID field, as well as any comments or event comments that you want to be saved with that permit record. So just go through and make sure everything looks correct, and then at this point this is kind of your last chance to delete the record. Say you find a duplicate in the system, it can only be deleted before it's submitted to DEQ for final approval. And that registration statement in progress is still down here, and that signifies that it hasn't been submitted to DEQ and it can still be edited or deleted. So at this point, once the plans are approved and the permit is ready to be issued, sometimes you can do one final save just to make sure any edits that you made in that final review have saved. And then it's going to say save successful up at the top, give you a little green notification that there are no issues. If there are, it'll give you a red error message and tell you what needs to be fixed. And like we went over in the previous video, anything that is signified by the star has to be entered just to save the record, and anything with the flag has to be entered to submit to DEQ. So a lot of times if you submit and say you didn't select one of these or didn't fill in the zip code, that's the error message that you're going to get when you try to submit for final approval. So once you're sure that you're ready to submit it to DEQ, go ahead over to this left-hand tab and hit Submit Registration. And then it'll give you this blue kind of notification that says there are no errors and it can be submitted. And this is kind of your final opportunity to go back and change anything. If not, you hit Submit Registration Request, and it tells you submission was successful. So now that we have submitted to DEQ for approval, the permit status will change down here from RS in progress to RS submitted. And when you're viewing this from a VSMP authority perspective, you won't be able to edit anything any longer. So if you do need to make any edits, you'll have to contact DEQ in order to do that. And then as soon as you hit that submit button, you'll get an email notification to the VSMP email address that's provided that says that DEQ has received the permit request and that we will review and approve it. And as well as the VSMP authority receiving an email notification, the operator, if they provided an email address and selected that they want to receive correspondence via email, they'll get a fee due email so that they can pay their fee online, or it also gives instructions for paying by check. And that email notification and fee due email gets sent out only when the VSMP authority does not collect 100% of the permit fee. So in some localities, the VSMP authority collects a portion and DEQ separately collects a portion, and in others, the VSMP collects 100% of the portion straight from the operator, and then DEQ bills the VSMP once a month for their portion of the fee. So just if you don't know already, check and see whether your VSMP authority collects 100%, just in case you get any questions from the operator. So once DEQ receives this permit record, we will review it. We'll contact the VSMP authority if there are any issues. If it's ready to approve, we'll approve it, and then both the operator, if they list their email address and say yes for e-transmit, as well as the VSMP authority, will both receive an email with the coverage letter attached to it. So that is how you review your registration statement, make sure everything is inputted correctly. Again, DEQ will do a second final review once you hit submit, and then once everything is good to go, you'll receive the email verification and the coverage letter, as well as the operator. So once DEQ does approve the permit, we will enter the application approved date. So that would be today, 12/9/2016, and we hit save. Okay, so once DEQ reviews and approves the permit, we also put in all of these fields down here under additional permit information, and we save that, and then once it's finally saved, DEQ classification will change to active, as well as the permit status will change to permit issued. And then when you go to search for the permit, again it's JO21, you will see it in the system as permit issued and active.